Hi everybody, welcome to Let's Talk Chiropractic. I'm Dr. John Dagenart, the host of the show. I started the show over 30 years ago because I think if chiropractic is done properly, it can change people's lives. So today I have with me Jen Rodriguez. Thanks so much for coming, Jen.
Oh, no problem.
Two exciting shows. The first show we're going to talk about how we saved her. She canceled her back surgery. So Jen, give a little introduction. Who is Jen Rodriguez?
Hi, my name is Jennifer Rodriguez. I'm 37, I believe now. Mother of 3 kids, wife. I've been married for over 20 years. Currently living in Wilkes-Barre, working in retail. Um, just an overall stay-at-home mom working.
Okay. This show today, if any of you know of anybody who's contemplating getting back or neck surgeries, there's so many options out there. Should I see an orthopedic doctor, physical therapist, pain management, traction, chiropractic? We're going to discuss all those options and how we saved her. She canceled both back and neck surgery. So go take a break, come back. It's going to be a great show about changing someone's life through conservative, gentle chiropractic care. So come right back. Before we hear Jen's story, I want to just preface today's show. I love what I do. I will never retire. I'm the busiest chiropractor for 44 years in this town. The reason I say those words, I subscribe, for example, to this Mayo Clinic letter. I'm always willing to be open-minded to see what other professions can do about back pain. So in this article, which is for this month, there was an article called Sacroiliac Joint Dysfunction. Jen will tell her story, but her sacroiliac joint was out of alignment. So the Mayo Clinic, I know many of you watching this show have doubts about chiropractors. I used to, Jen. I used to think they were bone crackers, that they were pseudo doctors. There's so many stories out there, so I understand your doubts and even your fears. So this article, it talks about if you have a lower back problem, the first thing you should do is see an orthopedic doctor. And I know a lot of orthopods. They do mainly back surgeries, Jen. So when you see an orthopedic doctor, the article says they will refer you to a physical therapist who will then give you medicines. They see me almost as the last straw, Jen. So you hurt your sacroiliac joint. Orthopedic doctor, it's not surgical yet. So let's go the conservative route. Physical therapy, 2-3 times a week, all these exercises. Sometimes people get worse because if the sacroiliac joint chiropractically is misaligned, it gets worse than when you exercise it. Take pain medication. So here's their solutions. Try medication, try a back brace, try injections or oral anti-inflammatories. The last suggestion the Mayo Clinic says is chiropractic manipulation. Now listen to what they say. This approach is being studied specifically for sacroiliac joint pain with some promising early results. Chiropractic started in 1895, and they're saying they're studying it. I'm telling you, there is a system out there that will never truly understand chiropractic. Chiropractic says that there is an innate intelligence in the body. Just get it in alignment and let that body heal itself. All of these other therapies are outside in. Let's give you shots or pills or back braces or surgeries. They will never truly understand chiropractic. So you must open your mind to hear Jen's story. And she's going to explain what she did before she came to me. So Jen, let's go back. In 2016-17, you were working at a hospital. Tell them their story. How did you hurt your back?
So I was doing housekeeping at a hospital. Wanted a room stat. So I decided, let me get this room clean before my lunch. And went into this room and saw that there was just a lot of big, heavy objects, extra beds and stuff like that. So I had to do this room by myself. When I was doing this room, Nothing. I moved the beds, I moved the chairs, I repositioned everything, finished the room, said, okay, now I'm done. Let me go to my lunch. I go to my lunch, and as soon as I'm walking off the elevator and I take a few steps, I just felt this sharp pain go down my leg. And I kind of lost my footing. So I told the person in charge, I said, I think I hurt myself, and ended up the next day still feeling the same. Went to the emergency room. Um, they did the X-ray. Saw that there was, I guess, like something was happening. Um, did everything I had to do. I went for them. Uh, I started with physical therapy. I did physical therapy. Nothing helped. It caused more pain. I did aqua therapy. I learned that heat didn't help me, cold did. Um, but aqua therapy didn't help. Um, I don't remember the order, but I did a lot. So I also did that testing they do with the needles, and they do like the electricity in your
They
body.
call it a nerve conduction study.
Yes, I did that. They saw my lower back was pinched. Um, I took meds. I did their chiropractor. Um, that caused me more pain. He, did it his way. And it might work for others, but it didn't work for me at that time, especially. It was just so painful. Tried the traction with them. It just didn't work out for me. Did the injection was the last thing and caused so much pain that it didn't work for me. And then I asked my workman's comp person, I said, can I look for my own? Because I just couldn't, I wasn't finding anything that helped me. So they said, yeah, you can look for a second opinion, I guess. So I went ahead, and I'm not sure if I Googled, chiropractors in my area, or, if it was word of mouth, but Dr. Degenhardt's name came out. And I said, let me call and just see if he can help me. Um, so I already had experience. I've never been to a chiropractor before. So I already had the experience of the other person. And that was enough for me to be scared. So came here, did the gentle. We came up with a plan of laser therapy, um, and hot laser therapy and massages with the gentle adjustments. And that got me from being able, I couldn't walk properly, so I was bent over to where I could stand up straight again. So
good. So many of you watching this show, you're looking for answers. You don't want to get back surgery, but you've tried everything else. Maybe gentle chiropractic is the answer. So let's stop for a commercial break, but let's hear how her results were and how we're different at this office. So come right back. Jen, I'm excited about this show. I mean it. Many people will see me in public and they'll say, well, you just fix minor problems. Jen, when you save someone from back surgery who then eventually can work and make money and pay bills and pay their mortgage, it changes lives. So chiropractors are not just for minor little injuries. I'm here. That's why I don't want to retire, Jen. The longer I do this, the more I get knowledgeable of traction. Now we have orthopedic doctors, attorneys, medical doctors. True story. 2 weeks ago, a local medical doctor comes in as a patient. No names, but he says, John, this local chiropractor hurts so many people, I will never refer to him, and that's why patients are afraid of you guys. This other chiropractor doesn't know what he's doing. I would never, but I'm here today as your patient because all my patients tell me how you are different. And I'm not trying to, God knows, Jen, that I just want to do what's gentle for the body. So finish your story, but I just say that because not every chiropractor is the same. Jen's going to tell you, maybe how did we adjust you, how long did it take, and how did you progress?
So I think for the adjustment part, we, obviously did the leveling, which I found out a lot of chiropractors don't do.
True.
Because I went to two other chiropractors, and this was in between the time that I had already seen you, but I moved out of town, and then nobody leveled. So like nobody even checked to see if I was off or anything like that, and they just went straight to cracking. That's I guess what a normal chiropractor is to
What she
most.
means by leveling, the length of her legs should be level if the sacroiliac joints are in alignment. So what this article doesn't say, what 8 out of 10 chiropractors do, they do the easy way of rack and crack both sides. And if you're going to a chiropractor who's like that, Jen, it's not going to get the results.
No.
So that's what you mean by leveling. I leveled your pelvis, which then leveled your legs, giving your body a chance to start to heal.
Yeah.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
So you would see if I was leveled, um, retap my lower side to make sure that if it's not in place, it stays in place, and if not, just to realign it, or how, I don't even know what the word is.
To reinforce
but just, yes, that.
Yeah.
To reinforce it, to make sure that it stays that way, because that's normally how I know if I'm off or not, is if I feel like, oh, this hurts, so I might be off, and I'll come here and you'll be like, yep, you're off, but it just depends on how off I am, or I think I've been good so far.
But part of the exciting story to me is you get injured at a place. Why did they fire you, Jen?
So I was on light duty, and I was on light duty for a while because I couldn't bend. I couldn't do anything that my job required me. They used the excuse of, uh, I guess, my availability. So they didn't really use my injury as the reason why, but they used, my availability. Um, and then they let me go. They just said, "Well, you don't have the availability we need, so we're gonna let you go."
So, in my compassion, when an injustice occurs, I know the laws. When you come out of college and you don't know the laws, a workman's compensation injury, this was, you got hurt at work, they cannot fire you because you cannot do their job.
Yeah.
So you reached out to an attorney on your own, I think you said.
Yeah. So I found an attorney, and actually, I think I found his card actually on your front desk.
Okay.
So I said, well, I called my workman's comp person, and they had said, I can go back to see Dr. John, because by then I had moved and my lower back was still bothering me. And I called him. I said, my case is still open. Can I see a new doctor, or do I have to go back to my old one? He said, I got to go back to my old one. I said, okay, fine. So came back to you. Then we realized that they're not holding up their end of the bargain, because they told me to come back to you. So found the attorney. Was scared because I was talking to another attorney, but he, unfortunately was like, you need a retainer. So I don't have $10,000 for you. So I was going to leave it alone. Found this attorney, and he said, they messed up. So we're going to take care of you. Figure it out. His bills will get paid. We're going to take care of you. And that was the end of it. It didn't last long. It was pretty open and closed because all the proof was there, and that was the end of it.
So for me, I know we're going to close soon. It is exciting to be gentle, to get results. This woman healed. Then we find a good attorney. Jen, some doctors, they call me. When they fired you, they usually stop paying the doctor.
Yeah.
I have learned, though, I think I'm a compassionate, gentle man. I'm a fighter. So I had never had a doubt that we're going to get the right attorney to get you paid, to get my bills paid, because I have bills to pay here too. So then no money, but you got X amount of dollars. When you said, John, I bought a brand new van, Now I could take my kids to school. I'm moving. I'm starting a new. What a beautiful story,
Yeah.
Jen. So it all
Yeah.
worked out good.
It did.
Good.
It did.
Well, in conclusion, we're almost done. I want you to come now down the hall with us, and I'm going to do the exact same adjustment. Many chiropractors don't get them level. Many chiropractors are too rough. The local medical doctors will never refer their patients to chiropractors because they get hurt by them. So come see now. If you're thinking about back surgery, come see how this, and then we're going to talk the next show. She then had a car accident rupturing a disc. Same thing. How a gentle neck adjustment saved her from neck surgery. So stay tuned. Let's go, and I want you to see how we do our gentle adjustments at this office. This to me is the most important part of the show. Other chiropractors I know, they'll adjust each other on the show. This is a live patient. She is not a paid star or personality. She told her real story, but now I want you to watch how we adjust. First of all, we have a more expensive high-low table. So if someone's in terrible pain and you have to crawl on and off what we call a stationary table, that's harder. So again, I buy good tools. I buy $27,000 lasers. I buy $20,000 tables. I just believe if you want to make good cabinets in your kitchen, go to a good cabinet maker who has the right tools. So though I have a good heart and a good technique, I have to buy the right tools. So Jen's face down. For those of you who have never been a chiropractor, people say, do I have to take my clothes off? Do I have to put a gown on? No. Long time ago, some chiropractors in this town had gowns put on. I really don't know why, to be honest. There's no need to. But Jen goes down. We're going to do what we call a Kemp orthopedic test. She talked about leveling. She has a left and a right sacroiliac joint pain. So if you're watching this show and you have pain on one side, I'll guarantee you one of your sacroiliac joints have misplaced from posture, from work, from car accidents, anything even a long time ago. So this Kemp test I'm going to do now, we're going to measure the length of her legs. Initially, her left side was a ½ inch off. The other chiropractors never check it. It is so important that if only one side is off, if it's shorter or longer, that leg, it determines my angle of adjustment. So let's continue. We're going to look at her legs. They begin level. Now again, you have to do the whole test. Jen, half the chiropractors in this town just do this. They just look to see if they're level and they're done. You have to bend the legs. And she is. Her left leg is shorter today, Jen. Probably, gosh, maybe even half. So again, what if that left leg was longer? If it was longer, we would adjust her this way. The left leg is shorter. We have to cross the short leg over. And this is why I went to, I think, the best college in the world. So we get on her right SI joint and we come from a different angle. You don't just rack and crack and hope that it falls into proper place. So with the proper angles, I'm going to tap it. The joint shifts. No pain. I love when I have new patients taking videos because the patient, if this was Jennifer's first time, she felt nothing. No cracking, no pain, but we do it. The masters in college have taught me 3 taps. 3 taps. Not 4, not 2. Now we recheck it. So her legs begin level and they end level. And that's the magic of this adjustment. So that's what these guys should be showing on their video films. But I see this guy, Jen, he gets a rope and he yanks people's necks. And people come to me and they say, oh my God, that's so scary. So I'm going to put a spine. I want to see what I just did. So this woman was cleaning in a hospital. Her left side was down like this. Her disc was damaged. They wanted to do surgery. They felt that nothing could help her, so they fired her. We got it in alignment. We leveled her pelvis. And she came, gosh, I don't know, 50 times. It wasn't an overnight process because we had to get it leveled. We had to laser the body. Laser helps to heal it. She got massage therapy. She slowly and gradually, but we saved them a $90,000 surgery. And now this woman is totally functional. Where many people who get surgeries, they cut out part of the disc that's damaged. So part of the disc that's left, I'll guarantee you, that gradually gets worse again. They get a second surgery 5-10 years later, then they're in trouble. When you remove one of these shock absorbers, you remove one of these discs, the other discs have to work harder. And again, in 44 years of seeing 1 million patients over that time, the discs get worse and worse. So the goal is, even back surgeons now, they do not want to do back surgery. So again, before you go to an orthopedic, physical therapist, pain management, my advice, get to any chiropractor first, who is gentle, who checks the leg length, who adjusts the... If you get a disc like this and you pound on it, I had a girl, she was a marathoner. A local guy cracked her back, a chiropractor. She got worse. She came to me. We used this more gentle, specific technique. She just got done running 5 great marathons. Against my advice, I don't think we should run marathons because of our knees and our discs. But that was her dream. So chiropractic, if it's done gently, specifically, the left side was off, her disc slowly healed, no back surgeries needed. So that article from Mayo Clinic, it talks about seeing an orthopedic doctor. And don't get me wrong, what if I did not get her better? What if we tried every option available? I send people for epidural shots. I send people for surgical consults. I'm not one of these chiropractors who, do I get everybody better? I do not. I try to. In Jen's case, we had 2 successes with her low back and her neck. So we have to wind it down now. So if you're watching this show and you're considering back surgery, give me a chance to help you. I can't say just go see a chiropractor because we are not all the same. The wrong chiropractor will hurt you. This medical doctor came to me. He said he'll never refer patients to these other chiropractors because they hurt them. So I love what I do. That's why I never want to retire. I got better and better, and I pray the Lord continues to help me. So I thank you, Jen, for your time. We're going to do another show now. She'll tell her story about her car accident. Now she damaged her discs in her neck, and that'll be on next week's show. So thanks for tuning in. Make it a great day.